What's going on, guys? Parker here, and I am back with another video. And today I got my top 5 NBA player props for the day. And before we get into this video, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel down below. Give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment on this video down below, because all of those things really help the channel out a ton and really help push my content out to more and more people each and every single day. So I really would appreciate it. And before we do get into today's plays, guys, I did want to mention that Sleeper has a free LeBron James squares tonight for new users. You can get access to this free square as well as an 100% match on your first deposit up to $100 when you use code FF23. That's code FF23. And the link to sign up for Sleeper today will be the top link down below in the description. So make sure to sign up for Sleeper. It legitimately is the best of all the DFS apps. I absolutely love using it. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into today's plays. So first off, I got Kevin Durant over 25.5 points versus the Hawks, minus 114 on Caesars. So the Hawks allow the fourth most points per game in the NBA to power forwards so far this season. Durant is over this line in 12 of his last 13 matchups versus the Hawks. Durant is also averaging 27.4 points per game this season. And Durant is also over this line in 7 of his last 10 games, averaging almost 30 points per game over that span, averaging over 29 points per game in that span. So Durant has been balling as of late. He gets an ideal matchup versus a bad defense that struggles versus power forwards. So Kevin Durant, over 25.5 points versus the Hawks, is my first play of the day. Next up, I got Donovan Mitchell, over 20.5 points versus the Raptors, minus 154 on Caesars. So this is absolutely the lowest you will ever see a Donovan Mitchell line, to be honest. This line right here is simply too low. Mitchell is over this line in both matchups versus the Raptors this season. He has struggled as of late, which is why we get such a low line here. And the Raptors allow the 10th most points per game in the NBA to shooting guards this season. This is a matchup that Mitchell should be able to exploit. All he needs is 21 points here. He's a 24 point per game scorer. I love this line for Mitchell. So Donovan Mitchell over 20.5 points versus the Raptors, minus 154 on Caesars, is my second play of the day. Next up, I got Stephen Curry, under 11.5 rebounds plus assists versus the Pistons, minus 120 on Caesars. So Curry is under this line in 6 of his last 9 games. He's under this line in 4 straight matchups versus the Pistons. The Pistons allow the second fewest rebounds per game in the NBA to point guards this season. The Pistons also allow the 4th fewest assists per game in the NBA to point guards this season. This is an ideal matchup for Curry. It's a terrible matchup for Curry, an ideal matchup for us. This line's way too high. He's not going over. So Stephen Curry, under 11.5 rebounds plus assists versus the Pistons, minus 120 on Caesars, is my third play of the day. Next up, I got Tyler Herro, over 23.5 points versus the Jazz. So Herro, minus 128 on Caesars, sorry. So Herro's over this line in 4 of his last 7 games versus the Jazz. The Jazz allow the most points per game in the NBA to shooting guards this season. The Jazz allow the second highest field goal percentage in the NBA to shooting guards this season. This is a great matchup for Herro, as he will have plenty of open looks in this game. I think he's going to be able to exploit them. I think he has a big game. So Tyler Herro, over 23.5 points versus the Jazz, is my fourth play of the day. Next up, I got Anthony Davis, over 38.5 points plus rebounds versus the Hornets, minus 115 on Fanduel. So Davis is over this line in 8 of his last 10 games versus the Hornets. The Hornets allow the 10th most points per game in the NBA to centers over the last month. The Hornets allow easily the most rebounds per game in the NBA to centers over the last month at 20 rebounds per game. I think Davis has a big night tonight. I think Davis exploits this matchup. So Anthony Davis, over 38.5 points plus rebounds versus the Hornets, minus 115 on FanDuel, is my fifth and final play. So those were my top 5 NBA player props for the day. Like I said, if you did enjoy this video and you want to see more content from me moving forward, then make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. Give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment on this video down below, because all those things really help the channel out a ton and really help push my content out to more and more people each and every single day. So I really would appreciate it. But yeah, guys, that's really all I got for today's video. I hope you all did enjoy. And without further ado, I'll see you on the next one. See you guys.